Good morning. Welcome. It's April 11th, the Sunday after Easter. My name is Jan Carruthers, and I am so honored to be your service assistant today. It's a pleasure to welcome you, each and every one, and in unity, we believe that each of us is here by divine appointment and that the Spirit dwells in one and every one. The Unity Center is a ministry where people of all ages, backgrounds, and beliefs celebrate the one common spiritual thread that lives in every heart. And if you're here for the first time, we invite you to go to our website, www.worldhealing.org. And if you haven't been here for a while, we are so happy to see you. Our speaker today, we are so excited, is our founder and minister emeritus, Reverend Victoria Etchemendy, and she will open our celebration today with beautiful centering prayer.
Free. I am so honored to be in this circle that doesn't look like a circle and is a circle. So we hold a picture in our mind of the circle of life. I invite you to think of your particular circle of life, your family, your friends, your beloveds, your pets, maybe the plants that Janice covered last night because it got so cold. All of us are connected and interconnected. We give thanks today for this gathering, for the technology, for the opportunity to be touched, even though we're not in the same physical space. We can feel the divine presence working in us, through us, and as us. We are truly grateful. And we lay the foundation for today of true learning, growth, and understanding. In the name of all great spiritual teachers, we say, Amen. Amen.
Our spiritual reading today is from Living in the Spirit of Renewal by Reverend Michael Bernard Beckwith, who has the minister of the Agape Center. Just as the spring season consummates Mother Nature's evolutionary process, so do we evolve in sync with its dance, perfecting the creative energies we've been nurturing throughout earlier seasons of our lives, which we are now ready to blossom into expression in, as, and through us. The question is, how can we best prepare ourselves for this next evolutionary leap? The beautiful thing about spiritual evolutionary process is that it takes place right on the altar of your own being, just you and your higher self, communing as one. In that sacred union, you enter a profound state of contentment, clarity, and union. As you enter a profound state of contentment, clarity, and receptivity. By anchoring yourself in such an affirmative state of consciousness, you empower yourself to enter the undiscovered regions of your being and blossom into more of your own true self. In my own experience, I have identified specific spiritual practices that place me within hearing range of Spirit's gracious invitation into renewal. Once we have tangibly tasted our oneness with Source, we become willing to surrender to its ongoing guidance and vision for our lives. Surrender requires our readiness, commitment, patience, and the intentionality wherein we say to ourselves, I am on the threshold of a deepening state of consciousness, a new state of being, and I surrender to every aspect of its unfoldment. Through daily affirmative prayer, we offer encouragement to ourselves, amplifying our intention to evolve to grow, to become a spiritual evolutionary. We have an affirmation, let's say together. In willing hearts and generous hands, to strive to serve and understand how wounded souls can heal within the way of peace can begin. And our 12 powers affirmation for this month, because the theme is love, the power is love, let's also say, an inexhaustible stream of divine love pours through me, blessing others and myself. We have music to enter Reverend Victoria's talk.
I know we all look different. We come from different lands. We speak in ways we can't all understand. But we've got one thing in common, and it goes way beyond the words. Simple gifts we're bringing to this world. Hands reaching out, hands lifting up, welcoming each other, open hands of love. Some hands pray to Jesus, some to Yahweh, some Allah. Showing up with these hands, doing the work of love. Strong hands, doing the work of love. When the earth is shaking and the flood waters rise, in the middle of a life we hardly recognize, that's when we pull together and guide each other home. No one has to go through this alone. Hands reaching out, hands lifting up, welcoming each other, open hands of love. Some hands pray namaste, some om namah shiva. Showing up with these hands, doing the work of love. Strong hands, doing the work of love. Doing the work, healing the hurt, ready or not, walking the talk, we're doing our best to just say yes. Here's the plan, all join hands, hands reaching out, hands lifting up, welcoming each other, open hands of love. Some hands honor Mother Earth, celebrate the stars above. Showing up with these hands, doing the work. Hands reaching out, hands lifting up, welcoming each other, open hands of love. Some hands pray to Jesus, some to Yahweh, some Allah. Showing up with these hands, doing the work of love. Strong hands, doing the work of love. Strong hands, doing the work.
Bravo. Good morning. Again, you might hear my pup every once in a while saying hello also. Tucker likes to be in the middle of things, so he was laying right here. Now he's trying to make his presence known. So thank you, Tucker. I want to welcome you to my home. I'm in the lower level. I'm between my Ansel Adams print and my window in my beautiful garden. My beautiful trees are blooming and everything is bright and sunny and it's a gorgeous day. I'm so glad spring is here. It's here. Even though we may have a frost or two, we can see it and feel it. And I think Jan said we could smell it in the air. Yes, it's arriving. It's on its way. And it's so good to see you. Hi. Hello. Wave. Woo. Can you see my smile? I'm so excited to be with you and to be in this circle. Now I have to say this is different for me. This is my growth edge. So if something happens and I go blank or something occurs, I have given myself permission. It's okay. Would you say with me that affirmation? It's okay. Good. Thank you. The theme for Unity Worldwide Ministries right now, this year, is how to stay centered no matter what. How to stay centered no matter what. And I know you've been bringing that thread throughout your past months. And I say how to stay connected no matter what. No matter what is kind of an attitude. It's a hand on a hip. And I like that. I'm really into that. How to stay connected, how to stay centered, how to stay present no matter what. However, in these challenging times, I am so tired of hearing that. In these anyone else tired of hearing in these challenging times? Yes. Okay, good. I'm going to make a shift. I'm going to call it in these changing times. Would you be willing? In these changing times, how to stay connected, how to stay current, how to stay present, how to stay centered in my heart, no matter what. So I came across an article that is called The Art of a Good Meltdown. Did you hear that? The Art of a Good Meltdown. I didn't know there was a good meltdown. Anyone else feel guilty if you have a meltdown? This is the hand raising part. Anyone feel like, oh, I'm the only one having a meltdown? The Art of a Good Meltdown I'm going to just share 3 tips. It's a 2-page article. I made it concise. The first tip is accept it. Acknowledge it. You had a meltdown. Overwhelming emotions, situations, things happening around you, felt out of control. Accept it and forgive yourself. 2 biggies. Accept it and forgive yourself. The second one is know what you need. Now, some of us want a hug. We want acknowledgement. We want someone to tell us you're going to be okay. And some of us say, leave me alone. I need to handle this by myself. You know who you are. Let the people around you know what you want, what you need. I need space. I need time. I need for you to blow me a kiss. Somehow acknowledging what is your need in this time of a meltdown. And the third thing is forgive yourself. Totally forgive yourself and realize that it is okay. It is truly okay. And apologize. Very important. In caps in the article, apologize. If you have said words that are unkind, if you have been uncomfortable or awkward and said things or did things that weren't really your highest and best, please go and apologize and clean that up so you can move forward. I'm reading a new book. Well, it's new to me. I'm going to hold it up. You used to love, when I was speaking all the time, me to hold up books and tell you what I'm reading. And Jan said that she's read this and talked about it before. The Untethered Soul. Now, the Untethered Soul I saw Oprah interview Michael Singer, the author, and I thought, I'm going to get that book. And I wrote that down. And then I thought, I'm going to get it from the library. No, I'm going to go to Barnes and Noble. No, I'll wait, blah, blah, blah. So months go by, I never get the book. Anyone do this? Raise your hand if you ever put something off. There's 3 of us that are acknowledging this little circle we walk in. Eventually, I buy the book. I'm in Barnes and Noble. It's under the area of the staff picks. I take it off. I bring it home. I put it on the table by my bed. Do I start reading? No. Do I move it to another area? Yes. Do I keep putting it off? In the last 2 weeks, I opened the book. Thank goodness. And I started laughing when I read it because it was exactly the book that was right for me now. He starts off by tackling what I think is one of the biggest things, mind chatter. Anyone else have a little mind going, even right now, this little mind chatter, and it brings up memories. It brings up what you had to eat for breakfast. It brings up what so-and-so does. It brings up different ideologies. It is vast. Have you noticed? You have to nod. Yes, you've noticed. Your mind chatter is amazing. Also, it brings up your feelings, your opinions, your resentments, your judgments. Yes, we all know this is true. Now, what do we do with this mind chatter? Because this is not us. This is not you. You are not your mind chatter. Did you know that? You are not your mind chatter. You are not your opinions. You are not those resentments or judgments. They are passing by. That is not you. You are something more. You've always been something more. Yes, nod your head. I am more than my limited thoughts and beliefs. Oh, breathe into that. Wow. Acknowledge that. I am more than that. I am bigger than that. I am what many religions call the divine essence, and they use different terms. Your Buddha nature. Hinduism uses the Atman. The Judeo-Christian tradition uses the word your soul. That is the truth of you. That is you. Everything else surrounds you. It is not you. And he says, use the tactic. I love this idea. I love hints. Use the tactic that is a roommate that has stayed too long. Okay. A roommate that has so much to say and never stops talking. A roommate that has stayed too long. And you began to, you take the viewpoint of watching and listening and witnessing this continual loop of stories and ideas and beliefs and judgments. You watch it. You are not it. I am not that limited belief about finances. I am not that limited belief about my health. I am not, those are not me. They are mind chatter. I am not my fears. That's mind chatter. Normal, natural. However, you don't have to accept them as the truth of who you are. You are the divine essence. You are the divine presence. You are the energy field. I still love that quote from Eric Butterworth about that the cell, the smallest droplet in the ocean contains everything of the whole ocean. Do you remember that one? The droplet contains everything that the whole ocean contains. And the whole ocean is just zillions of droplets. And that's what consciousness is. I've always loved the word consciousness, but it seems so ethereal, so beyond me. Would you just nod your head, please? Just let me know you're there. Consciousness seems ethereal, and in truth, it is grounded in life, in your life, in my life. I am part of the consciousness, the global consciousness of rebirth and regeneration. We are not meant to be living in a limited mindset. We can watch it, we can listen, we can witness it. It is not the truth of who we are. We are always more than that limited viewpoint. So he talks about staying open. How do we stay open? How do we not go down that rabbit hole of limited beliefs or ideas or fears or judgments? I could go on and on. We could have pages and pages of that roommate that's been there so long. In fact, I always used to tease, they know unity affirmations. They get my attention. They know how to speak, so I'll listen. In truth, it's not mine to change it, the mind chatter. It is to watch it. So when I became aware of what am I going to do with this mind chatter, it reminds me of what he's talking about in the book. Stay open. How do I stay open? How do I keep my heart open without closing to limitations, without letting those fears and opinions close me down? That's what happens. We close our heart. You know, someone says something we don't agree with, we close, we may not even be conscious of it, but we close down. We close our energy, and then we're tired. Then we're exhausted. Then we're, oh my God, this life is so hard. When we open our heart, and he says the way to do that is to feel that love and energy and joy and enthusiasm. What do you have love and joy and enthusiasm for? And it's different for all of us. You have to identify that and live from that. One of his statements at the end of a chapter, I underlined it 20 times. There is nothing that should close your heart. There is no one, nothing that should close your heart. Breathe into that. What if I let close down my heart this week, this month, this year, this lifetime? Him, her, that, them, it. All of it. How do I keep my heart open? How do I keep my heart open? Practice, practice, practice. How do you get to Carnegie Hall? Practice, practice, practice. How do you shift from this belief into the new belief? So my other favorite book right now always has been The Book of Awakening, Mark Nepo. I heard him speak. It's a daily reading. I am a devotee, actually. And I opened it one day, and there it was, a daily writing on the gift of shedding. Shedding. Now we call it decluttering today. Anyone read a magazine article about decluttering? Anyone gone through decluttering? Taken a class, read a book? I can count how many books I have on decluttering. I still need to declutter. De-shedding is not decluttering. It's not about outer stuff. It's about inner stuff. And he says that this is an ancient teaching from many world's religions across the planet. And I just love the way he put it, which is that the teaching about renewal is based on the willingness to shed our skin. The key to renewal is the willingness to shed our skin. Now, in the ancient times, they used that around death. They use that around nature. They use that around moving from place to place. The key to renewal is shedding our skin. It's not something simple. It's not changing your hair color or buying a new car. What does shedding our skin mean? What does that mean to you? Because that's a visual to me. I have a little story that when Stephanie was getting ready to go to college, I was bereft. Now my daughter's now in her 40s. My grandson is a junior in college and a junior in high school. So this was a while ago. And I can still bring up that image. And I was just bereft. My only child, my baby, I'm not a mother anymore. What am I going to do? Oh my God, who am I? Oh, boo. Deep emotion. And I had a women's group. I told everybody, I'm just, and one day I opened my front door. This is when we still lived in Tigard. And I received one of the most powerful spiritual gifts I've ever received. There on the top step, right outside my front door, a beautiful snake had left me their entire skin. Now, their willingness to leave that skin was because they had a new skin. They shed the old skin because they have a new skin. So I'm asking you today, what is it time for you to shed? What beliefs, what ideas, what frame of reference? I always like to use the idea of reframing. What is it time to reframe? A lot of it is about health and finances and the human self. And when we look at this, we think of, Michael Singer talks about the way to keep your heart open and do this shedding, this shifting, is to relax. Now, you and I usually go into motion. Relax and release. Say that to yourself. Relax and release. Am I willing to relax and release? I am stepping farther and farther off my little spot where I can really see you. Relax and release. Am I willing to be focused on keeping my heart open? Am I willing to be focused that I am a divine presence in the world? Am I willing to be focused and realizing that I am more than my mind chatter, my opinions, my resentments, my judgments, my fears, my limitations? Those come and go. Have you noticed how they change from year to year or day to day? Today, I'm a little older. I'm a little this or that. And so that mind chatter changes, but it still has the same, not enough, not enough, not enough. Need more. Divine energy. The willingness to change, the willingness to shed, the willingness to release, and the willingness to reignite, to refire, to re-energize. Because once that old skin is off, you're new. You're new. You have new opportunities, new ways of looking at things, new energy, new awareness of the consciousness that moves through you as you every moment of your life. You can't get rid of it. You are the divine essence and presence in your life. Now, divine essence, energy, presence, whatever you call it, is universal and it's personal. And we get confused here because we start thinking that God is going to personally push the button and stop what's ever going on. We think something is going to come down and zap. It's not like that. You are part of this universal energy. You make the changes. You press the button to make the shifts and the shedding. We're all waiting for someone else to do it. You reignite, you refire, you recharge. Remember when we had Matthew Fox at Merrillhurst? He spoke about, don't you dare retire. Refire. Don't you dare retire. Refire. Go out and help those youngins. Be a mentor, be a voice. Show young people the way. They have a lot to learn from you. Wow. I have had a very hard time retiring. I don't do it well. And I've had to keep trying to find, I'll erase that word trying. I am in the process of examining, how is my life changing and shifting? What am I shedding for the new me to emerge? Now, this is true for the world. Are we going through huge shifts in the world? Can you imagine what's going on? We're working together in different ways. Our communities are working together. The food lines that are happening, the way we're getting shots and vaccinations of people, the world is shifting. We're coalescing in many, many ways. We're coming to consensus in many ways. Not every way. We like our diversity I love it in my garden. However, we are finding that we're all in the same soil. We're all in the same universe. The community, your community, the Unity Center is shifting and shedding and changing. Nod your head and breathe into that. And what does that mean? What does that mean? What are you shedding? Once again, this is not about you personally. We move beyond our personal beliefs. My parents always taught me, or my idea was this, or when you are in community, you set those aside. This is what is best for the community. This is not what is best for me. Sometimes we have to be willing to go, wow, okay. I didn't know. I remember when we started using the word effortless prosperity, and there were people in our community at that time that were very upset by that. What do you mean effortless prosperity? You got to work hard. I went, oh no, you don't. You align with the divine presence. You visualize. It doesn't mean you don't get out and do some work. I want to find another word for that. That you don't go out and make some changes, and you don't make connections, and you don't, it means you call people, but you align, and everything in the universe aligns with you, and it manifests. It is not the same as hard work. Effortless prosperity. It's ours. The teaching works and works and works. You have to use the teaching. So moving beyond personal thoughts, beliefs, mind chatter, to a universal, bigger than I can imagine, vision, mission, ideas. The community is changing, shifting, shedding. And so we breathe into that. So I'm going to end with this and move into some prayer time. Thank you for being such great listeners. You're on mute. It's so fun. The idea of prayer. This ministry was Unity Worldwide, was based on prayer. This ministry, I prayed for a year before we ever had a service. Every week I prayed daily. I invited other people into prayer. Other ministries were praying with us as we began and put our roots in the community of Lake Oswego and West Lynn and Clackamas County. And now we are on that pivotal point of moving into something new. And prayer has to be at the core, and caring for each other. And I got an email this week from someone who was in the very beginning group at Lakewood Center for the Arts and was part of Unity World Healing Center for so many years. And her husband has had a drastic stroke. And she asked me to pray with her. And I sent an email back, visualizing and holding the energy and the fullness of recovery and reigniting and recharging, and all of those words we've used today. And I talked to her on the phone and I said, how would you feel if I asked the Unity Center folks on Sunday, I'm speaking? She said, I would love it. She said, I believe in prayer. The very first day she walked into OHSU and parked her car, the attendant said to her, how are you today? She said, not so good. My husband just had a stroke. And he got down on his knee and prayed with her. She had to call the tax accountant because she couldn't get all the things together with everything that was going on. And the tax accountant prayed with her. The person at the bank prayed with her. The person, as she's putting her groceries through, saying, you don't look so good. And she explains what's going on with her. And they prayed with her. Now, this is a shift. I don't think a year ago we would have been praying in the parking lot, in the grocery store, and the tax accountant. We are reconnecting in a new way. And I'm thinking of Marilee today, and your daughter Wendy, and Bev's Chloe, and all of us who are going through so much. And it's time to pray together. Would you agree? And what is prayer? It's focus, 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 focus on the divine in me and the divine in you. So I invite you, if you want to close your eyes, whatever you want to experience. Put your hands in a namaste. Put a hand on your heart to signify the opening of your heart. I'm a kinesthetic person. Open your hands. Put your shoulders up and bring it down. Whatever is feeling good to you. And let's just breathe together a little. I said a lot. Ah. Ah. No one can hear you. Make a noise. Ah. 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 I acknowledge that this breath is the healing, cleansing breath that reignites my heart, that refires my energy, and replenishes my awareness. I am fully present in this moment now. And I let everything else that has been on my plate, I let the mind chatter, I let the responsibilities, I let my fears and my hurts, I set them on a side table. If you're a visual, just picture yourself putting them on the side table. If you're a physical person and a kinesthetic, just shake your hands and let it go. Let it go. Oh God, let it go. I am more than these fears. I am more than these challenges. I release, I relax, and I am present with the divine essence that is within me. And we sit in this silence together for a few moments and feel that energy pulsating. And we allow ourselves to shed that which is no longer serving us. We bless those who are part of this community as you shift, as you shed, as you change. And we bless all those who are near and dear to us. We are part of something called unity, and we are part of this consciousness, this global consciousness that is changing. I am willing to change. I am willing to shed my skin for a greater good. When you're ready, I invite you to wiggle your toes or tap your toes a little, stretch, shake those hands, shift that energy in your shoulders and neck. Oh. I am calm. I am peaceful. I am. I am. Even though we can't hear each other say it, let's say it together. I am that I am. Together, I am that I am.
Close my eyes, I open my heart, I'll take a deep breath, let the healing start. I lift my hands, I plant my feet, I let love in, I feel the beat that's calling us to rise, rise, spirit rise up, rise in me, I let in my soul, I clear my mind, I'm here and now, in present time. The power of 1,000 suns lighting up the dark. Oh, we rise as one.
Oh, Reverend Victoria, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for that great call to consciousness and heart and shed. So great to hear you and your wisdom and love and inspiration. And we're so appreciative for all you've done and that you're going to speak again for us in May on Mother's Day. So thank you for being a breath of springtime. And for those of you who will probably, as I will, want to hear that talk again, remember that all of our Sunday talks are on YouTube under West Lynn Unity Center. Please also share that with your friends. This is the time in our service when we remind ourselves of our abundance and why we give. And it's messages like that that inspire us and sustain us as a community, and a community in which we're loved and cared for, and most of all, for unity principles that liberate us, that keep us in touch with truth with a capital T. And as we're gifted, so we give. And as we give, we continue to be so gifted. I once heard a phrase that reminds me frequently: never turn down an opportunity to be kind or to be generous. And so that's what I think of when I think of the Unity community: kindness and generosity. We have an intention to celebrate our 31st year. Isn't that amazing? We have an affirmation together, this brilliant jeweled slide. Say it together if you will. Spirit led. We're co-creating a vibrant, inclusive ministry, welcoming and supporting everyone on their spiritual journey. So we know it's easy to give, even in these COVID times. Just go to the website, www.worldhealing.org. Down at the bottom of the page is a little button. We could make it bigger, but it's subtle. A little donate button at the bottom of the page, which allows you to give by credit card, debit card, PayPal, or of course, you can use our United States Post Office and drop a check in the mail, or go visit our new office. The address is on the website. So we give from our heart, grateful for our many blessings, and every gift, be sure, is received with huge gratitude to do the work of the Unity Center. So let's say this offering prayer together. God's love in me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God. We have a few announcements, and they're important announcements, exciting. Friday, April 16th is Food from the Heart, the Unity Center's ongoing service project, where we create a hearty, hot meal that's delivered, used to be served, and will be again, I know, delivered to the residents of the Transition Center in downtown Portland. The fearless leader of the Food from the Heart team, also known as the Crock Pot Brigade, Mary Troxel is the leader, and this month's menu is meatloaf. And if you'd like to participate, check in with Mary, and there, I'm sure, are some items still to be provided, or you can stay after the service and catch up with that during the fellowship time. Unity Service Community Gathering with Reverend Jody Stevenson is Saturday morning, April 24th. It'll be on Zoom. You'll get the link coming up. It's exciting. Please reserve the date and the following date, May 8th. It's a 2-hour session on Saturday the 24th, 1-hour session on May 8th. And clearly, from what Reverend Victoria talked about today, it is the time for us to be moving into this changed world and remembering that we are the light. And as Nancy Lilly says, it's our opportunity to really hear what Spirit is leading us to be and do. Next week, April 18th, Surendra Kanti, the spiritual leader of the Ananda community, a brilliant speaker, a wonderful presence, is going to be speaking on spiritual wisdom. And April 25th, delightful musician, speaker, Vocal coach Mark Bosnian will be our speaker. You may not know him, but he is a terrific, deeply spiritual, 35 years in New Thought speaker, and he speaks in a number of churches on the power of a brave thought. And as I mentioned, Reverend Victoria will be back in early May. The Women's Circle is on Tuesday, and the topic is forgiveness. I have a note here. Joanne is raising her hand. Just a moment. Joanne, do you want to unmute and make that announcement,
I
please?
just want to make sure it got mentioned that forgiveness is always a topic that is touchy and good. So if you have something you have forgiven or you need to work on forgiveness, we'll talk about it. So come and share.
Okay, and that mailing with the link will go out when?
I think it'll go out today. I talked to Livia.
Okay, and if you're not on that list, getting that announcement regularly, just stay after and make sure that you get on their list. The men's group is meeting tomorrow night, Monday at 7, and get this, in person at the Lynn City Pub on Willamette Drive. In my opinion, it's one of the many great reasons to get vaccinated. So please consider staying after with us. It's an 20 minutes, half an hour of lively conversation and connection with your Unity friends. And especially if you're new or feeling new, it's fun. You're welcome. I know, no brownies, but it is really fun. So please come with us. Unity, silent unity, is available to everyone. And it's getting a little bit more serious here. If you are in need of prayer, in need of connection, just wanting to be in the presence with others. You don't have to need, but silentunity.org, 125 years of round the clock, 7 days a week, spiritual support available to everyone. So, as we begin our closing activities for today, we invite you to continue to reflect on Reverend Victoria's message. And as Reverend Christine would say, do the work, do the work. And on the power of love and spirit in our life and how it's contributing to your spirit of rebirth and renewal. So we have an affirmation to launch our closing here. Let's say together, unmute at home, I'm a center of love. I express the peace and love of my Christ spirit.
I am renewed.
Let's mute everybody there. Okay, I'm renewed in body, in mind, body, and spirit by the healing power of God within. We have our candles. We always bring up our candles, and you know we are still in Eastertide. We are in the spirit of Easter, and the eggs symbolize eternal life, the ongoing cycle of eternal life. And though we cannot actually blow out the candles, we do symbolically, and we know the light never goes out because we are the light. We have the prayer of transformation. Let's say that together. The light of God.
Light of God is in us. The love of God moves through us. The power of God transforms us. The presence of God is who we are. Wherever we go, God is, and all is well.
Thank you. Thank you. So please be kind to yourself, be kind to each other. Do the work of renewal. Allow yourself to shed. Love and peace to you. Thank you for your gift of your presence. You are warmly invited to stay after because there's always a surprise at the end of the service. Have a great week.
You too. You too. Thank you.